listening to Fountain of Thought with your hosts, Dennis Fountain and Sunny Rain. One small step for man, one giant leap for America.
This show contains adult themes and language. Listener discretion is advised.
Welcome, everyone, to the Fountain of Thought podcast, broadcasting from the Eric's Memorial Studios. This is the podcast where we talk about anything and everything. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter at TalkFOT, or visit our website at fountainofthought.com. Hey, Sonny, how you doing? Wake up, wake up, wake up.
I'm exhausted and I'm sick of winter.
I believe it's meteorologically speaking, it's spring.
Yeah. Well, we got another snowstorm coming next week, they're saying. And I'm sick of it.
Yeah, it's well, I wouldn't say it's been a brutal winter, but it's been long. It's long. Time for it to end. Yeah. Yeah, this is the part. Usually in February or so, I start getting tired of it and I want to get rid of it. Now that we're late in March, I really want it to be gone. I don't need it anymore. Say goodbye to the snow. Hello, sunshine.
Yeah, and then we'll get, 4 days of spring?
Yeah, we'll get 4 days of spring.
And then it'll be 100 degrees.
4 days of spring and rain every day. I had mushrooms growing on my lawn last year. It was bad. It was bad. All right. So the main topic of this week's episode is TV shows that have been renewed and canceled. That was one of our better podcasts last year. So we'll touch base on that. But first, there are a couple things that I just find the need that I have to talk about, and because it's our show and we can talk about whatever the hell we want, I'm going to talk about it. And the opinion of others may not equal mine, but I just find the need to speak of it. First, I want to talk about this 17-minute walkout that students did. Were you aware of this?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
It was just 17 minutes so they could go out and not have to do anything.
Right, and be on their phones. And I saw all the things. I am of the opinion that this was a complete waste of time. I have no problem if they wanted to do, a moment of silence for the 17 students that were killed in Parkland. That makes perfect sense to me. Address it somewhere is fine. If a student happens to have an issue with it, then counseling could be sought. But for entire classes to either get up and walk out or get up and have a sit-in for 17 minutes is absolutely ludicrous in my opinion. There's no need for that. And I don't care what you say. Students, although human and citizens, don't have the right to do whatever they want to do. And I applaud those students that stayed in the classrooms and wanted to do work or whatever and did not want to participate, because it really wasn't, for the most part, it really wasn't the students that did this. It was the teachers and the media that was pushing this 17-minute walkout. I don't think that should be condoned. And here's why, and this is a perfect example. So, Rockland High School in Rockland, California, a teacher has been placed on paid administrative leave for suggesting that the students perform a walkout on another subject. And what happened is she started a discussion about walkouts and whether the students had the right to do a walkout. And in part of her discussion, the students suggested, well, what if we did a walkout for abortion? Would that be approved? Would we get approval to have a 17-minute walkout to protest abortions? And she said that's a good point, and the class went on. This was a classroom thing. It never went beyond the classroom. It didn't go to the media. It didn't go to the governing board of the school. It was an in-topic discussion in the classroom about students' right to petition and to protest and all of that nature. But somehow, one of the students' parents, obviously the student told them, found out, and the school got complaint letters because a teacher was promoting a walkout on abortion. Well, first off, okay, I'm all for that. Because you know what? You already gave the right. You already gave permission for a group of students to walk out on one subject. So why now is not any subject fair game? Why is this subject different than any other subject? And the 17 minutes wasn't a walkout because they were paying their respects to the 17 people that died. That the 17 minutes was a walkout protesting guns and gun control. All right? That's what that was. So now, why can't we have a walkout or a sit-in for 17 minutes on anything else we want? They've already okayed it. They've already given this permission.
You know, and the thing about this gun crap is you can have gun control all you want, but if you want a gun, you're going to get it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. The criminals are going to get it anyways, and they're not going to get them legally.
They're going to buy them off the street with the serial numbers erased.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
So the teacher that is suspended is Julian Benzel, and I want to give her credit for standing up for what she believes in. And this is what she had to say very briefly. Students' free expression rights should vastly outweigh the state's interest in locking the kids up all day and letting them peacefully protest gun violence seem like a right call. But if it's okay to protest that, it should be okay to have just a simple discussion about the protest. As long as no student was injured or disciplined over political speech, it seems to me like there's little reason for parents to complain or for me to be in trouble. And I agree wholeheartedly. She wasn't even saying let's protest about abortion. She was saying what if, politicizing it and saying what if.
Today you can't say shit without somebody jumping on your ass and saying, "Oh,
yeah." So, anyways, I hope that everything works out for the best for you, and I hope that you get students to do a walkout for 17 minutes on abortion. Why not? So, in the same token, harkening back to the Parkland victims. This was released yesterday. It shows the sheriff that eventually went into the building, Scott Peterson. It shows the sheriff apparently on video walking around for, let's see, I don't want to be accused of anything, so let's see. Okay, 27 minutes. He was on the scene for 27 minutes while shots are being fired, and this jackass is just walking around outside.
Yeah, because he was too chicken shit to go
Exactly.
in.
What a coward. What an absolute coward. A disgusting, filthy human being of a coward. You know what? You don't want to go in there. You don't take the job as a cop, because that's part of the job. I may not have run in there, but I'm not a police officer. I'm not sworn to defend the public. And they had training on this. If that was my job and that's what I did, that's one thing. You need to go in there and do whatever you can do. And if it means you get shot, you get shot. I'm sorry, that's the job. It's as a custodian, it's not my job, or as a gym teacher, that's not my job. But guess what? They stepped forward, and this cowardly ass cop is walking. There's video evidence, folks. He's walking for 27 minutes. And he has the gall to say that he was doing what he was supposed to be. Oh, here it is. His attorney, Joseph DeRuzo, previously said in a statement that deputy thought shots were coming from outside the school, and he followed proper protocol on such an incident. Are you kidding me? What a pansy-ass pussy.
Mm-hmm. That's the first thing I thought when I heard the goddamn news.
So, you know what? I can't get... again, and I use this phrase a lot, but it just boggles my mind. What the hell are people thinking?
There's no thinking in it anymore. This world is just stupidity.
That's his job.
Yeah.
I mean...
He don't care.
And they say the training goes that every time you hear a shot, that's somebody else dead. So in those 27 minutes, how many kids died because he was outside walking a patrol?
Yeah, because he was chicken shit to go inside the building.
That really irks me.
And he should be fired.
Yeah. Should be a lot of other things, too.
Yeah, that too.
All right. Well, those are my thoughts on those. I just had to I had to say that. That was just irking me the past few days, and it just didn't sit well with me. So I thought I would bring that up. On a lighter note, I want to go through some of the shows that have been canceled or renewed, and Sonny, see what your thoughts are. I know you don't watch a lot of network television, but there are some shows here you probably do watch. But I thought we'd go over a few and see what your thoughts were.
By the way, bringing it up, we were talking last week on last week's show about, I was telling you about these pharmaceutical commercials.
Yeah.
It's not just Price is Right. It's everywhere. I don't care what station you put on. That's all they do is just depress the crap out of you.
Well, that's what happens for daytime television.
In the middle of the night, nighttime, it doesn't matter.
At nighttime, are they?
You don't watch your commercials.
Yeah, I skip commercials. I don't usually watch them.
It's unbelievable. It's all you see. I mean, 1/3 of your commercials are funny, and the rest of them are either take this and then they list these
side effects that are worse than the condition itself.
Yeah, and that's like, yeah, okay, I'll take that. Or it's cancer.
Yeah. Well, that's what sells, I guess. They know best what sells. So, in a previous show, we talked about they were redoing some shows, and since we're on the topic of television, remember they're redoing Cagney and Lacey?
I didn't know that.
Okay, well, they're redoing Cagney and Lacey, and one of the girl who plays Kepner on Grey's Anatomy is leaving that show, and she's going to be, I don't know which, either Cagney or Lacey. Then it got me to thinking, you know how they've always changed? Like, you know, they make Starbuck a guy, and they're changing all these. Why do Cagney and Lacey have to be two women? Why can't we change that?
Because it's women.
But we should make it like one woman and one gay guy or something. I mean, that would, you know, why don't we do that?
We're not the producers.
Yeah. We know why, folks. We know why. All right, so over at ABC, we'll start off with their dramas. Designated Survivor has been renewed. Do you like that show? Do you watch that show?
No.
You know about that show, though, right? Kiefer Sutherland? Oh, you need to watch that show. He plays the president. That's a good show. That's a very good show. How about The Good Doctor? That's been renewed. You watch that one? That's another good show. All right. Grey's Anatomy has been renewed through 2020.
Never watched that.
I like it. I watch that show. It's kind of very soap opera-y. How to Get Away with Murder has been renewed. I don't watch that one. I don't like that show. The Inhumans is not being renewed, which is good because it sucked. That's a Marvel thing. Kevin Probably Saves the World, which is on the bubble, which may or may not. They're unsure yet. And I love that show. I told you about that show. It's kind of like a Highway to Heaven meets whatever that Miracle Angel girl was. It's a John Ritter's kid goes around helping people. People can't see when you shrug. You have to be vocal. He's making faces at me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I got a call from my neighbor this morning telling me, how's your podcast going to go this afternoon? I said, well, that's not until tomorrow. She says, today's Friday. I thought it was Thursday.
All right. Okay. Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is on the bubble. They can cancel that show, in my opinion. I lost all interest several seasons ago.
I haven't seen it.
Once Upon a Time has been canceled. And
Good.
I'm sure there's lots of people who are upset over that, but I didn't like that show. Quantico has been canceled. Scandal has been canceled. And going over to comedy, American Housewife has been renewed. Blackish has been renewed. Fresh Off the Boat renewed. The Goldbergs renewed. And I've never watched a single one of those. Don't know anything about those.
I haven't seen any of those.
Yeah, just not seen any of those. The Mayor has already been pulled and is not being renewed. It's been canceled. The Middle is being canceled. Modern Family has been renewed. I do watch that show. And Speechless has been renewed, and I don't even know what that show's about. I have nothing about that. All right, moving on to reality and unscripted. America's Funniest Home Videos has been renewed, and it's like its 30th season. I mean, this show just keeps going, just to prove that people are stupid out there and they do stupid things. It's just amazing. The Bachelor and the Blatchler. The Bachelor and the Bachelorette have both been renewed. Both of those shows suck. Battle of the Network Stars has been renewed. I like that show, but not as much as the original. The original was just way cooler. It was so much fun. Celebrity Family Feud renewed. Child Support renewed. Dancing with the Stars renewed. You should go on Dancing with the Stars. Are you a good dancer?
No.
No? You're not a good dancer?
No.
No. The Gong Show has been renewed, and love that show. Mike Myers has done wonders with that show. Very good show.
I haven't seen it.
You should watch that too. That's a funny show. It's very good.
Where are these shows? Like you keep
ABC. This is all ABC.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you don't have to know where. You have a DVR. You just tell it to record, and it will record it. You just search, and you don't have to do anything.
Yeah, I know. That's what you keep telling
I
me,
know.
but I don't know. I don't know shit about it.
Match Game has been renewed, and as much as I don't like Alec Baldwin, the show's pretty good. Shark Tank has been renewed. Steve Harvey's Thunderdome, the $100,000 Pyramid, and To Tell the Truth have all been renewed. So that's over at ABC. So not really too many shocking things over at ABC.
Steve Harvey's doing what?
Thunderdome. It's kind of like a poor man's Shark Tank. People come on with inventions.
He's not doing Family Feud anymore?
He's doing Celebrity Family Feud. He does the regular Family Feud. He has on NBC, he has kind of like Kids Say the Darndest Things. Remember that old show? Kind of like that. All right, over at CBS, the big powerhouse of network television. They are the number one network. For drama, I cannot speak today. Blue Bloods has been renewed. Bull has been renewed. I like that show. Code Black is renewed. Criminal Minds is canceled.
Really?
Yep.
No shit.
Yep. You watch Criminal Minds, I take it?
Well, I watched
Criminal Minds is canceled. Hawaii Five-0 is looking good, but not yet confirmed. Elementary is on the bubble. MacGyver has been renewed. Madam Secretary is renewed. All of the NCIS franchise has been renewed, along with Ransom and Salvation. Scorpion has been canceled. SEAL Team is questionable. SWAT has been renewed. Wisdom of the Crowd has been canceled primarily because Jeremy Piven is up on sexual charges. And Zoo has been canceled. Those are the dramas. Heading over to the comedy, Big Bang Theory has been renewed through 2019. Kevin Can Wait, Life in Pieces, Man with a Plan have all been renewed. Me, Myself, and I has been canceled. Mom is unsure, along with 9JKL. No Activity has been renewed. Never heard of that one. Superior Donuts and Young Sheldon are both on the bubble. So not sure about those. As far as reality goes, Amazing Race, Big Brother, 60 Minutes, and Survivor and Undercover Boss have all been renewed. And that's it for CBS. Heading over to Fox. Fox probably canceled everything. Drama. Empire is getting renewed. Gotham, The Exorcist, The Gifted, Lethal Weapon, Lucifer, Orville, 911 have all been renewed. On the bubble are The Resident and Star. The Resident's a pretty good show. Takes one of the attorneys from The Good Wife. He's a resident over in that show. It's a pretty good show. A comedy, Bob's Burger has been renewed. Brooklyn Nine-Nine, questionable. Family Guy, questionable. Ghosted has been canceled. Last Man on Earth, questionable. LA to Vegas, questionable. The Mick, questionable. New Girl has been canceled. And The Simpsons is renewed through 2019. For reality shows, Battle for Stardom has been renewed. Don't even know what the hell that is. The F Word, which is Gordon Ramsay's show, Hotel Hell, MasterChef Junior, and Hell's Kitchen have all been renewed to the 2019 seasons. And Love Connection and So You Can Dance has also been renewed. So, heading over to NBC. For drama, being canceled, The Blacklist, Blind Spot, and The Brave. All of the Chicago series are being renewed, so that's Chicago Fire, Med, and PD. Law & Order Special Victims Unit is questionable. Law & Order True Crime, also questionable. Texas Midnight, renewed. Don't know what that show is. The Night Shift has been canceled. Shades of Blue is renewed. Taken is on the bubble. This Is Us renewed. And Timeless is questionable. Heading over to comedy, AP Bio is questionable. The Good Place has been renewed. Good News is questionable. Marlin, Superstore, Trial and Error, and Will and Grace have all been renewed. As far as the reality goes, America Ninja, America's Got Talent, Better Late Than Never, Ellen's Game of Games, Little Big Shots. I think that's one of the Steve Harvey shows. I think that's his show. Spartan Ultimate Team Challenge, The Voice, The Wall, World of Dance have all been renewed, along with the addition of Thursday Night Football, which now moves to NBC. The CW for drama.
Thursday night football is going to NBC?
Yes.
Really?
Yep. The CW drama Arrow, Black Lightning, The Flash, Legends of Tomorrow, The 100, Riverdale, Supergirl, Supernatural, and Valor have all been renewed. Canceled is The Originals.
Supernatural has been renewed again?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Holy crap.
Yep. And Dynasty is questionable. As far as comedy goes, Crazy Ex-Girlfriend and Jane the Virgin are both questionable. And as far as reality goes, Masters of Illusions, Penn and Teller Fool Us, and Whose Line Is It Anyway are all being renewed. You watch Penn and Teller Fool Us at all? Yeah, that's a pretty good show. You watch Whose Line Is It Anyway? I still love that show.
I watch 305 on DirecTV, which is all reruns of whatever's on there.
305? What the hell's 305?
Well, that's what 305 is on my remote.
I know, but what channel is 305? What are you watching? USA Network or something?
No, Ion TV.
Oh, Ion. Okay. Oh, so you watch all the old fogey shows. No wonder you're watching all these commercials.
I either watch that or I watch football news or Major League Baseball news.
I see.
I'm not big on TV.
Yeah, I know, but it's just I don't know. There's some surprises in there, but again, you got to look at what's happening. That's just the networks. It's not A&E and Bravo and all of those other shows that have a ton of shows, but. Like we've said before, there's just so many things to watch on television that I don't know how all these things stay in business.
Well, that's what I say. You sit there and you look, and there's 150 shows to watch, and there's no way anybody's going to watch all of them.
Well, with my old DVR had 50. You could have 50 shows in it, and I'd have to go in and delete some shows and add shows whenever summertime, because nowadays you have different runs. You have summer shows and you have fall shows. And so I'd have to go in and delete some of them and add some summer shows because it didn't have enough room. Well, now with the Genie, it's pretty much unlimited, and I have like 100 shows that I tape. I mean, there's a lot to tape. But on the other hand, I don't give a show a lot. Like, I'll watch 2 or 3 episodes, and if it doesn't catch me on those 2 or 3 episodes, then I'm done. I've given up on it unless someone like you or someone else comes and says, "Oh no, you really got to watch the show." Then I'll go back and I'll find the
but there's a thing about television shows. You get the premiere, and that's the one that's supposed to just hook you.
Yeah.
The second and third episode always suck.
Yeah, well, most of the time, yeah. Well, most of the first seasons suck anyways.
No,
of shows.
Once you get into it. 8, 9, 10 episodes in, it starts to pick up again. But
yeah, well, but that's my problem though. There's so many shows that it's got to get me. It's got to be good from the gate.
Well, that's like Ghosted. That
I didn't like that.
God, it was horrible.
Yeah, I didn't like that show at all. That was boring. Yeah. I did want to mention one more thing. Speaking of, I was thinking of Big Bang Theory. Stephen Hawking passed away.
Oh, I know.
That's sad. I mean, you're like Einstein. Stephen Hawking, greatest minds.
I didn't know he
ever.
was that. I didn't know he was that old.
Yeah. So on our, I have a recommendation for when we do our movie thing. But the man, when you say that man was a genius, that man really was. He was a genius, and he was when he was diagnosed, he was only given 2 years to live, and 74 was he? 74, 76?
74 or 76.
Yeah, he did very, very well for his age, and he always stayed so humorous. He was, I mean, you would think being in the condition that he was in that you would just be so depressed that you'd want to take your own life, but he wasn't. His mind was sharp. He had the wit that was incredible, and he was just an amazing, amazing man, and sad day for the world to lose somebody as smart as he is and revolutionary as he continued to be till his dying day. So that's very, very, very sad. All right, everyone, we're going to be right back after I leave all of my organs to science, except for one that I'm having stuffed, and we're just going to leave it at that.
They use their media to assassinate real news. They use their schools to teach children that their president is another Hitler. They use their movie stars and singers and comedy shows and award shows to repeat their narrative over and over again. And then they use their ex-president to endorse the resistance, all to make them march, make them protest, make them scream racism and sexism and xenophobia and homophobia, to smash windows, burn cars, shut down interstates and airports, bully and terrorize the law-abiding, until the only option left is for the police to do their jobs and stop the madness. And when that happens, they'll use it as an excuse for their outrage. The only way we stop this, the only way we save our country and our freedom, is to fight this violence of lies with the clenched fist of truth. I'm the National Rifle Association of America, and I'm freedom's safest place.
Wit and charm DJs Dennis and Sonny have. Fountainofthought.com, website you go. Episodes new every Friday at 7.
All right, welcome back, everyone. If you are interested in becoming a sponsor or advertising on our show, please drop us an email at talkfot@gmail.com.
The moment you've been waiting for is finally here. Yes, true or false headlines.
All right, this is Sonny's second favorite part of the show, where he has to guess whether a headline is true or false. So I will read two crime-related headlines. One is true, one is false. And Sonny and you at home will play along and try to guess which is which. All right, you ready, Sonny?
Always.
All right, True or False Headlines is being sponsored by the Ludlow Lions Club. Do you want to help those in need in your neighborhood? Volunteer to help the Lions today by visiting www.ludlowlions.org or by calling 754-900-ROAR, 754-900-ROAR. All right, here we go. Cat wins $700,000 in federal court, or woman sues to be legally identified as a cat.
What?
Cat wins $700,000 in federal court, or woman sues to be legally identified as a cat.
The second one is true.
You
got to be kidding me.
No, the cat won $700,000. California jury gave a furry frown queen more than $700,000 this week in a federal lawsuit over the use of her identity. Tabitha Bundenson of Morristown, Arizona, won the lawsuit first filed 3 years ago against the Grenade Beverage Company. She signed on for the cat to endorse a, quote, grumpy cat grumpachino, but the company subsequently used the cat's image to help sell other products, which an 8-person jury on Monday found was unauthorized. David Jonesless, the attorney for Grumpy Cat Limited, said the verdict was a complete victory. Grumpy Cat feels vindicated and feels the jury reached a just verdict, he said. Grumpy Cat, whose dwarfism and underbite gave her the permanent frown she's famous for, became an online phenomenon turned merchandising machine after she first posted pictures on Facebook in 2012. So the cat gets $700,000. Not bad, huh?
Wish I was a cat.
I know, huh? All right, here's the next one. Oklahoma police searching for $400 worth of beef jerky, or beef jerky found to be tainted with Kool-Aid.
The first one is true.
You are correct. The first one is true. Oklahoma City police are searching for a man who allegedly purloined over $400 in beef jerky from a convenience store earlier this month. I know we had spam, but didn't we have somebody stealing beef jerky before on one of these headlines? You don't think so?
I don't remember.
You read that correctly, folks. Beef jerky. The police department said in a statement Thursday, investigators hope that with the surveillance photos, it won't take long to identify this meat bandit. In the surveillance photos, the bandit and suspected thief wears a black Adidas sweatshirt and blue jeans. It was not immediately clear how the suspect carried the pilfer jerky out of the store without being caught or why he stole it in the first place. No further information is available at this time. So someone's walking around with some beef in their pants. All right, so Sonny's second favorite part of the show to Sonny's first favorite part of the show. All right, is your pool looking like your future? A little murky? Then let No Worries For You Pool Service handle all your pool needs. I sound like William Shatner there. Serving Orange, Osceola, and Polk counties. Clear your mind by clearing your pool. Give them a call today at 407-953-7926.
Are you sure that's the right number? Because
Yeah.
last time I tried to mail something down there.
Well, that's the right number. The address, I don't know. The number's good. Sonny and I will volley movie sound clip. I cannot talk today. Sonny and I will volley movie sound clips at each other in an attempt to stump one another and win food. We'll have 3 attempts to do this with 1 pass and 1 clue option. At the end of every month, the loser of this game will buy the winner lunch, as well as a lucky listener. At the end of the year, we'll do the same, but for dinner. You can play along by entering our contest at fountainofthought.com, and you too could win lunch or a dinner gift card. For details and registrations, visit our website, fountainofthought.com. All right, so the score stands with Dennis 3, Sonny 1, both for the month and the year. All right, who's going first?
You.
Okay. So, this is a special edition.
You're going to be a smart ass again this weekend.
Well, maybe yes, maybe no. This is a special James Bond edition. All right, so these clues are a little harder. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to allow you 2 passes. Instead of the 1, you can get 2 passes.
Oh, aren't you?
Okay?
You're such a nice guy.
All right, so here is your first one. And obviously it's James Bond. Okay?
Wait a minute. This is James Stock of the London Financial Times.
Well, actually, Captain, I'm with the British Secret Service. The name is Bond. James Bond.
Is he?
Are you?
Yes.
Play it again.
Wait a minute. This is James Stock of the London Financial Times.
Well, actually, Captain, I'm with the British Secret Service. The name is Bond. James Bond.
Is he?
Are you?
Yes.
On Her Majesty's Secret Service.
View to a Kill.
That was Roger Moore?
That was Roger Moore.
That was my first guess, but I didn't sound like him.
Your turn.
I don't want to play. Action.
Yet I became treasurer of the most powerful criminal society in China.
Dr. No.
How the fuck do you know this stuff?
I'm good.
No, you're not good.
That was an easy one.
That wasn't easy. That you should know this. You never watched it.
I've not watched James Bond.
Dr. No was the most boring one of them all.
But that wasn't one of my favorites yet. Man with the Golden Gun is my favorite.
Mine too.
All right, so here's the next one. And again, James Bond. And remember, you get 2 passes. So if you get stuck.
Solitaire.
My name's Bond.
Live and let die.
James Bond.
Do you want to think that or?
Solitaire? Yeah, live and let die.
Diamonds Are Forever.
Solitaire is in Diamonds Are Forever? No. Solitaire was live and let die.
Where it came from.
No, you're wrong. You better research that one.
I'll give you credit. How's that? I'll give you credit, and then if it's wrong, we'll take it back next week, and I'll lose a point. I'll play you another one.
I admire your courage, Miss...
Trench. Sylvia Trench. I admire your luck, Mr.
Bond. James Bond.
Pass.
It was the most boring one ever.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Dr. No. God damn it.
All right, here you go.
Hello again. I do owe you an explanation. My name is Bond, James Bond.
On Her Majesty's Secret Service. Oh, for God's sakes. Well, who the hell was that?
Never say never again.
Oh.
Next one, please, for me.
Comedy.
Somebody once wrote, hell is the impossibility of reason. That's what this place feels like. Hell. I hate it already, and it's only been a few hours. I'm so tired. We get up at 5.
At first, I thought they'd handed me the wrong dossier. I couldn't believe they wanted this man dead. 3rd generation West Point, top of his class, Korea, airborne, about 1,000 decorations, etc., etc.
I love you in Wall Street!
Well, it's either Hot Shots or Hot Shots Part 2. Let's go with the first one, Hot Shots.
I'll give it to you. I don't know which one it's from, but it's Hot Shots.
All right. Here is your last one. And again, you still have one pass.
Who doesn't appreciate the occasional twist, Mr.
Bond. James Bond.
Again.
Who doesn't appreciate the occasional twist, Mr.
Bond. James Bond.
Pass.
That is Skyfall. All right. Here is your last one. No passes, but you still have a clue available if you want a clue.
Excuse me, Mr. Carver.
Yes.
This is the new banker, Mr.
Bond. James Bond.
Clue.
It has to do with the media.
Oh, shit. I know it. I just can't remember the damn title of the movie. Hold on a second. It was GoldenEye, and then it was the second movie with Pierce Brosnan.
You are correct so far.
Oh, but I can't remember the damn name of the movie. Oh, I suck.
Tomorrow Never Dies.
Yeah, that's it.
All right, can I have my last one, please?
Horror.
All right. It's clearly a Halloween movie, but I don't know which one, so I'm going to pass. You can tell by the music it's a Halloween movie. At least I think it's a Halloween movie.
It was Halloween 3, Season of the Witch.
Yeah.
It sucked. Science fiction.
Science fiction.
And if you just have to play James Bond, I'll bust your ass.
I'm going to ask for a clue. I think I know what it might be, but I'm going to ask for a clue, please.
That's going to be hard because I never actually watched the movie. I just know of it. It's like Legend with Will Smith, I guess.
It's like Legend with Will Smith. I'm going to go with Omega Man.
Unbelievable. I can't understand. How do you know all this stuff? You used to tell me I'm the one that knew all this stuff.
Well, because it's the James Bond thing, the Dr. No thing gave it away. I just knew it. All right, so I have 3 for this week. You have 1 questionable. But
I'm telling you, Solitaire is from Living
All
Let
right,
Die.
I will research that, and then you will get the point, and I will lose a point if I am incorrect. So we'll get to the bottom of this.
It's time to dig deep. That only means one thing. It's time for questions from my side.
All right, we're digging deep here on the show, and this is being sponsored by Mr. Bill's Boot and Shoe Repair in Pantego, Texas. Tell Mr. Bill you heard this ad and receive a 20% discount on any shoe repair. Find them online at mrbills.net, where they'll save your soul and gladly die for you. Is that a big shoe walking, or?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, it's a squeaky shoe.
A squeaky shoe. Okay, yeah. All right, so how this works is you, the audience, send us your questions. It can be anything and everything, just like our podcast. Send it to talkfot@gmail.com, and each week we will select 3 questions to read live on the air. It can be anything and everything.
We're not live on the air. We're recording this.
But it's live on the air.
No, it's not. We're recording it.
Live. Are you alive?
Right now, I'm half dead.
All right. Here is the first question. What is the worst invention of mankind? That's a very good question. Thank you for that one. That is an excellent question.
Say that again.
What is the worst invention of mankind?
That is a good question. There's a lot of them. What do you think?
Well, in kind of half-ass jokingly, half-ass not, cell phones.
Definitely.
But honestly, I think the worst invention of mankind is religion. Mankind invented religion, and that has caused so many wars and so much death. It's unbelievable. I think it's religion.
I disagree.
Go ahead and write me letters. Why do you disagree?
Well, because without religion, what's the point?
You can still be spiritual and not have a religion.
Oh,
religion is made by man, not made by God or any
There we
supreme
go.
being. It's true.
Sorry, Bishop.
I'm waiting for your answer. It's the worst invention of mankind.
I told you the cell phone.
Oh, you agree? The cell phone is the worst?
Absolutely.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it serves its purpose, but it causes too much.
How about this? A smartphone. Cell phones are okay. Smartphones. Let's put it that way.
You know, people just, nobody communicates with each other anymore. Nobody talks to each other anymore. It's just like that commercial there they got for the eye drops. And there's 4 people, 2 on each couch, and they're all playing on their phone. And they said, well, you can either use these drops or you can put your phones down and talk to each other. And they all laugh and they go back to.
I haven't seen that one. For Visine or something?
No, it's for that. I don't know. They got some new thing they call blue screen problems.
Oh, that's what my glasses are.
And
they have a drop for that?
Yeah.
Oh, I have. That's on my lens. They have it filters out the blue light so that you don't get affected by computers or laptops or cell phones or any of that stuff. All right, moving on. Question numero 2. Let's see. What is something you always wanted to learn but never did?
You go first. I got to think about this.
Well, mine's the easy one. I really wish I was talented. I wish I could play an instrument, any musical instrument.
Oh, God.
I really do. I think piano probably would be my favorite, but
You want to be a penis?
Yeah, I want to be a pianist. But it's not within me. I don't have the ability. I really wish.
You're either born with it
I
in
know.
your genes or you're not. I mean, in my mother and father are both musicians. They had 3 kids. I was the only one that got the gene.
Yeah, I don't have it. I don't got it.
No, so let me think. Now, what was the question again?
What is something you always wanted to learn but never did?
What did I always want to learn? Nothing.
You know it all?
No, I just don't care.
Never wanted to learn like another language or how to paint?
That's a good point. I always wanted to be what do they call it? A linguistic?
Yeah, a linguist. Linguist?
I'm very...
You're a cunning linguist?
I'm very interested in other languages.
Yeah. Okay. All right, here is the last question.
Like, in other words, Baise-moi cul, s'il vous plaît, in Veracruz.
No. No, oui, Pepe. Should we get rid of pennies?
Yes.
I agree. Get rid of them. In fact, I think we should get rid of change altogether.
People just throw them on the ground now.
Get rid of change. Get rid of bills. I'm happy with that. Get rid of money. I don't care. Get rid of it. Hardly anyone uses it anymore. It's all debit. It's all credit. It's all pay with your phone, pay with your app, swipe, stick, do everything you want. Very few people leave the house with actual cash these days. And if I go to a store, Sonny has green bills, cash. And if I go to a store and I'm like perplexed if they don't take credit cards because I very seldom have cash on me. It's just not something I do.
Well, in here in the town of Ware, you go to gas stations and they say, "Oh, you get a less price for cash."
Cash discount. Yeah.
So you gotta have something in your pocket.
I got something in my pocket.
Yeah, I'll bet you do.
I've got something in my front pocket for you. Why don't you reach on in my pocket and see what it is? Then grab onto it, it's just for you. Give it a little squeeze and say, how do you do? Something in my front pocket for you. Why don't you reach on in my pocket and see what it is? Then grab onto it, it's just for you. Give it a little squeeze and say, how do you do? There's something in my front pocket. There's something in my front pocket. There's something in my front pocket.
Looking for a little-known but great movie to watch this weekend? Then you're listening to the right podcast. Here's an awesome movie recommendation.
So we were talking about the passing of Professor Dr. Stephen Hawking, and one of the movies that came out about 4 years ago, it did okay, so it's not like it's a really unknown movie, but it's called The Theory of Everything. You can find it anywhere, folks. The Theory of Everything. And what's interesting about this is it shows his early life when he first got diagnosed with Lou Gehrig's disease and up until probably the late 90s or so. And then it touches up at the end with a little writing about what happened to him. But the story is unique because it's written from the perspective of his wife. She wrote a book about him, and the book was turned into a movie. And what I found interesting about this movie is not only does it educate you about Lou Gehrig's disease and about Stephen Hawking and what he went through, but she is not portrayed favorably in this movie. Because usually when people write a book, they're not going to say that they cheated on somebody. So it was unique in that perspective. But what I also liked in the movie from like my point of view from a director or that type of thing is that there are so many scenes in it where there's no talking and it's up to you to figure out what's going on. In this one particular scene, they're at the breakfast table having breakfast and he's having difficulty functioning and eating, and there's no talking. She gets up from the table, she goes out to the back hall, and she brings back a wheelchair and she slams it down in front of him, and then she goes to wash dishes, and he's looking at his food and he's looking at the wheelchair, and then eventually he stumbles into the wheelchair, and then he does say, "This is only temporary." But the whole scene is probably 4 or 5 minutes long, and there's no talking in it, but by looking at their faces, you know what they're thinking. It's just evident. So it's a very well done movie. In fact, Eddie, what's his name? The guy who played it. He was up for an Academy Award for it. He didn't win, unfortunately. I thought he should have won. He did a fantastic job. So I highly recommend that movie, The Theory of Everything. Also, not much on books around here, but Brief History in Time by Stephen Hawking is a good read too, if you are so inclined.
I have one too.
Go for it.
Debbie Does Dallas.
Is that a documentary?
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
All right.
Sonny's Pet Peeve
of the week.
I have an add-on to your pet peeve.
Go ahead.
I miss Staples.
Are you going to miss Toys R Us too?
Oh, yeah, I'm going to miss Toys R Us. I'm a Toys R Us kid. There's a million toys at Toys R Us that I can play with. From bikes and games to video games. It's the biggest toy store there is. Gee whiz, I don't want to grow up, because baby, if I did, I couldn't be a Toys R Us kid. Yeah. 800 stores are closing. No, Staples. I was thinking about that the other day. I'm making a cup of tea, and for years now, they've taken the staples out of tea bags. They used to have a staple that held the string on to the tea bag itself, so you could dunk it. So I've got a box of Tetley tea bags, and I'm dunking them, and half of them, every time I dunk them, the frickin' string comes off, and I'm left with just the tea bag in the cup, and I got to spoon it out and dig it out and squeeze it. And I miss Staples. They took those away because you can't microwave them. I want my Staples back.
Wow. That just completely cleared my mind of what the hell were you even talking about.
Your pet peeve.
Oh, yeah. Oh, neat freaks.
Neat freaks.
Yeah. Not mentioning any names, but nothing I can't stand is people that have to be, everything has to be in a certain place. This is going to be here. This is going to be here. Oh, there's a bunch of papers here. We got to put them all together and stack them. That drives me insane. Just
no stacking.
No stacking. Just leave my shit alone.
Okay. Is that it?
Yeah, that's it.
Any final thoughts?
Yeah.
Yeah, here it comes.
Lying piece of sack of shit, slut trash can, scummy dirtbag, bitch!
All right. Reminding everyone to subscribe to our podcast via your listening preference. Although I don't know about iHeartRadio, since they filed bankruptcy, they may not be along much longer, but you can still find us on iTunes, Spreaker, and Google. And don't forget to visit our website at fountainofthought.com for contests and so much more. Remember, everyone, be a fountain, not a drain.
Do you understand me, you crazy fuck?
Kicking it live and direct here at the Fountain.
Holy Testicle Tuesday!
Fuck you, fuckball.
Oh, groovy, baby.
Yeah, baby!
Thank you. Goodbye.